Hello students, this is Professor Shrenik Shah. Today we are going to discuss potentiometer. Yes, a very wonderful and very important concept of chapter current electricity known as potentiometer. Imagine you have an instrument by which you can measure the EMF of a cell. Yes, I know that you already know an instrument known as voltmeter, but don't you think when you measure voltmeter, the internal resistance of the battery creates a lot of problem, because the voltmeter does not measure the EMF of the cell accurately. Moreover, ideally the voltmeter must have infinite resistance, but practically, as you know, it's not possible to have a machine or have a voltmeter of infinite resistance. So practically it will always give error. So what if you have a substitute to a voltmeter which will give you better and easy output? So we are going to discuss that better option known as potentiometer. Now consider that there is a wire connected to a battery. Now this wire will definitely have some length, obviously some area of cross section, obviously the material of the wire will have a resistivity rho. Now can we say by Ohm's law V across that wire is equal to IR? Obviously, because there is going to be some internal resistance of this battery also, correct? So if V is equal to IR, can I write R as rho L by A, which is the standard formula for the resistance, because the resistance depends on the length and the area of cross section along with the material. Now what if I tell you that I have a method where I keep the area, resistivity and current constant and try to measure the potential difference across any 2 points of this wire with the help of its length? Isn't it going to be very easy for you to measure the length practically and then accordingly measure the potential difference? Yes, that is the principle of potentiometer, where we have a wire of uniform thickness, so uniform area of cross section, and the constant material, which means when they are connected with a series with the EMF, automatically the current through the entire wire is also constant, which makes V proportional to L, which is nothing but principle of potentiometer. So can I say that means V by L is going to be a constant? Now this can also be written for small parts at a time, something like this, dV by dx as constant, which is also known as potential gradient. So first thing, this is the basic idea of potentiometer, to divide the potential throughout the wire along its length, keeping the material, area of cross section and current passing through the wire to be constant. Now we need to talk about the mathematical part of potentiometer, for which we need to understand the circuit of the potentiometer as well as its component. So let's say there is a wire, let's call that wire as wire AB, for which the length of the wire is LAB and the resistance of the wire as RAB. Okay, along with this wire we connect a battery of EMF E, an internal resistance small r. With that we have a key and a rheostat connected like this, having resistance capital R. Now obviously we can say the current passing through the wire AB is going to be the total EMF upon the total resistance, which is the rheostat resistance plus the internal resistance plus the resistance of the wire. Now if we connect one more EMF at point A with the same polarity but different EMF, say E dash, which is then connected to a galvanometer. And if we have a jockey along with it, we can say both the EMF are going to oppose each other, correct? But provided this circuit is completed. Now to complete this circuit, we take this jockey and connect it at some point over here. Say, when we place the jockey at that point, we see some deflection in the galvanometer, which means the current is flowing through this part also along with this circuit. Please remember, this circuit is the main circuit. This is the extra circuit we have connected. Okay. Now since the current is flowing through this, it means both the cells are opposing each other, but not enough that this cell do not or cannot pass any current through this circuit. For that, we have to change the position of this jockey by tapping it from all the points from A to B. Now when we do that, let's say at some point we reach and we mark, when we touch the jockey at this point, let's call this point as P, we see no deflection in the galvanometer. What does that exactly mean? It just means that the potential difference across point A, P is just balancing the EMF of the cell E dash. And for this to happen, the one most important condition is the E, which is the main cell, should be greater than E dash, which is the extra cell which we are connecting in the potentiometer. So here I can say the potential difference across AP, VAP, is going to be equal to E dash. So basically I can measure the value of E dash if I can measure the value of VAP. Now I think that's pretty much simple, because VAP is going to be directly proportional to the length of AP by the principle of potentiometer. Let's call this length as small l, which means VAP is equal to a constant into L, the balancing length as we call it. Now this constant is nothing but the potential gradient, remember? So we can say E dash, VAP is E dash, constant is nothing but the potential gradient into L. Now potential gradient, as we know, it is the potential difference across the wire upon the length of the wire, which over here we have as VAB, which is the total wire, upon LAB, which is the total length of the wire, into the balancing length. Now definitely we can write VAB by Ohm's law as IAB into RAB. That means E dash is IAB into RAB into balancing length upon length of AB. Now as we have already written the IAB formula over here as E upon R plus RAB, so we get finally the formula of E dash as E upon R plus RAB into RAB upon LAB into the balancing length. This becomes the final formula which can be used for almost all kind of sums we come across for potentiometer. So if you use this formula, you also need to pay attention to certain basic things of potentiometer. First, the E dash what you want to measure should always be less than E, or you can say E should be greater than E dash. Only then you can manage or to balance the E dash with the help of the wire AB. Second point, the polarity of E and E dash should be same at point A. You cannot have this to be positive and this to be negative, or the other way around. They both have to be positive or they both have to be negative. Third point, to check whether you will get a null point or you will get a point of balance in the potentiometer is very simple. First tap the jockey at point A and see the deflection in the galvanometer. Then tap the jockey at point B and see the deflection in the galvanometer, and you will find that the deflection is on the either side of the zero for point A and for point B, which means there is a point between AB which will give you a zero deflection. Okay, so this were the basics of the potentiometer. See you on the other side of the video for the usages of potentiometer.